In exercise 3, we're going to focus more on learning new notes and less on rhythm. And so we're going to be featuring notes E, F, and G on the first E string. Now we've already learned this E note right here, and that is the top space on the musical staff. The first fret on the little E string is this F right here. That's the top line on the musical staff. And then this G here, this rest on the top line of the musical staff, that's the third fret on the little E string. And so we have the notes E, F, and G. E is open, F is on the first fret, and then G is on the third fret of the bottom E string. And on the guitar, I've got a photo here. Your E is just open, you don't have to push any notes, and then my first finger here is pushing this F note here. That's my first fret, and my third finger is pushing the G note here. That's the third fret. So that's how it looks on the guitar. So once again, the top space is an E, the top line is an F, and then the note above the top line is a G. Take a hard look at this because I am going to quiz you. I want you to identify the note that I highlight. What note is this? Can you keep up? What note is this? What note is this? How about this note? How about this note? And here. I'm just going to keep doing this. This is a good way to begin memorizing notes. And what you can do in your spare time is just randomly pick out notes and identify them like this. There's an E, there's an F, there's a G, there's an F, there's an E, there's a G, there's an F. See, I'm pretty quick at that. You only have 3 notes to worry about, so I want you to spend some time identifying the notes on the staff. Next, I'm going to point to one of my fingers, and then you're going to identify that note. What note is this right here? What note is this right here? And then this area right here, that means I'm not pushing the string. I'm just playing the string all by itself. So what is that string called? And what is this note? And what is this note? And what is this note? And what about that note there? And this note here? And this note here? I'm going to go faster. Here. 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 And here. So that's a good way to get you to memorize the notes on your guitar. Now another good drill for note identification is to set your metronome for a very slow tempo and then try to read the notes on the page in time. We're not focusing so much in rhythm on this exercise because we're dealing with just quarter notes. I mean, all these notes are quarter notes. And you already know how to count to 4 in 4/4 time. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm not going to have you do the rhythm exercise for this exercise. But I will set the metronome for 40 beats per minute. And if you have to go slower, then get out your metronome and set it for 30. But the idea is for you to be able to say the notes in time. And what you can do is you can track your progress. So if you're able to accomplish 40, then bump it up to 45 on your metronome. And then go to 50 and see if you can say all the notes all the way to the end without mistakes. One trick here is to train your eye to look ahead. As you're saying one note, you're already scanning the page for the next note. Good sight readers can scan several measures ahead. So if we can just scan a couple of notes ahead, that's going to do us a lot of good here in memorizing these notes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the computer here to run through this. It's going to click, and you need to say the notes with a click. I'll run through the first line with you. I'll give a 4 count, and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, E, F, F, G, G, F, F, E, F, E, F, E, G, G, G. You're on your own. Remember to look ahead. E, G, F, E. Very good. So if you were able to go through the entire thing without mistakes, then try bumping your metronome up to 60 beats per minute or 50 beats per minute or whatever it takes. Don't try to rush yourself, but you have a metronome and you're in control of the tempo here. All I wanted to do was demonstrate how you should practice. So that's an important practice. We're going to be using this drill through all our sight reading exercises. Once you've practiced your note finding, and your goal on that is about 60 beats per minute on the metronome, next we can start playing notes on the guitar. And I wanted to go over a few things on the staff that will help you in your reading. Sometimes you will see a number next to a note, and I'm not talking about the count, which I have listed here. These numbers here represent the fingers on your left hand. And if we go back to this picture, here's our left hand. You should already know this, but our first finger is designated with a 1, and our second finger is a 2, third finger 3, and our fourth finger is designated with a 4. We don't use the thumb like you would use in piano. Our index finger is the first finger, and our pinky is the fourth finger. So knowing that, if you look at this, there's an E note, and that would be an open string, and that's why there's a 0 there. The F is designated with a 1 because your first finger is hovering over that note. And then your third finger is hovering over the G note, and that's the third fret. Now these numbers represent fingers, not frets. Sometimes we get confused on that. So just remember, if you see a number next to the note there, it's referring to the finger, not the fret. Okay, your goal is to be able to perform this exercise at 60 beats per minute on the metronome. If it's too fast, slow it down and build up your tempo. I want you to be able to play this exercise while counting. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 as you're performing the notes. And then I also want you to be able to go back and say the notes as you perform the exercise. So the first time through, count. And then the second time through, I want you to say the notes as you play them. So you can see the music on the staff as it's happening. I'm going to let the computer generate this music. I'll give a 4 count and we'll begin. This is your goal tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Before beginning this exercise, I want you to revisit level 5, where we talk about the hold technique. I've talked about it in this level, but I really wanted to show you why we perform a hold technique. If we're trying to read notes and our hand is out of alignment, then we're going to have to do one of two things. Either we're going to miss the note, or we're going to have to take our eyes off the page to find the note. So we want to be able to keep our eyes on the page as we're reading notes. And the way we cure this is we perform a hold technique. This is actually a modification of the hold technique, because here's the hold, and then when we read, we lightly lift the fingers and we hover them over the strings, about a ½ inch off the strings. So that when we see a note, for instance the G note, I've got my eyes on the page. If I need a G, I just push. I don't have to search for it. If I need an F, I just push. And of course, if I need an E, I don't have to push anything. I just play the note. And so performing this hold, basically we're just keeping one finger assigned between each fret. See how my hand is nice and open? I've got tarantula hands there. You don't want to close your hand up. You want to keep it nice and open. We got proper alignment. My thumb is in the center of the hand. I'm not bending the wrist with the thumb over the top. I'm not pulling my thumb too low, causing me to bend the wrist. For good sight reading, we want a nice straight wrist, curved fingers. We want to play close to the frets. And all this is covered in level 5 when we talk about the hold technique. And that way you can keep your eyes on the page and on the music and not have to find notes. We just move the shortest amount of distance to get the note that we want to play. On the first run through, we're going to perform this at 60 beats per minute while counting the exercise. So you're going to play the notes while you count. And remember to do down and up strokes through the entire exercise. Got to maintain that alternation. I'll give a 4 count and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. And finally, we're going to perform the exercise while saying the notes on the metronome at 60 beats per minute. I'll give a 4 count and we'll begin. 1, 2, 3, 4. E, E, F, F, G, G, F, F, E, F, E, F, E, G, 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 E, E, F, F, G, E, G, E, F, F, G, G, E, G, F, E, G, F, E, E, G, F, E, F, G, F, E, E, G, F, G, G, E, E, F, F, G, F, G, E.